It was Blink who uttered the famous words, "Nobody likes you when you're 23. I've got to say, I don't like 23 either, but I also don't like people who mumble these words so easily, thinking they're hilariously and sophisticatedly summing up 23 without any idea of who Mark and Travis could be. When I say, Matt is so different to Tom, you just can't compare him, you say, Uzi. Blink-182 aside, 23 for many a reason is shitty. People are telling you you're in the real world, but it's sort of going over your head and you're just wandering aimlessly in a large cloud of emails and anxiety. If you were to ask young Ellie what she'd be doing at 23, she'd probably reply, taking Hollywood by storm. No, seriously. Nobody likes you when you're 23. Most people who ever did anything spectacular did it before 30. That's 7 years to up your game. And many even did something reasonably worthwhile before 20. Unfortunately, that ship has sailed. But to my credit, I have tried and failed pretty spectacularly. And there's life in me yet to be given opportunity to derail or be hailed queen of "You tried your best, 2025. To think I wanted to have kids by 25. Next joke. To be honest, I'm just happy to be alive. You're so young, yet so painfully old. But you can't complain, as you're constantly told, you're not a proper adult yet. But then they still expect you to make your bed on your own. Does it take anyone else half an hour and feel like a major milestone? Or is it just me?
Nobody likes you when you're 23.
You want to take things to the bedroom, but let's be honest, you barely have the energy to make a cup of tea. Everyone around you is either older and wiser or younger, with more confidence and more enthusiasm. That thought alone is enough to make you whitey. Not to mention the endless stream of alcohol that makes up 50% of your personality. Everyone is getting pregnant, or getting married, or buying a house. And you're still drinking cheap cider in your Disney Princess cup in your PJs. But that's okay, because really, you wouldn't have it any other way. And who needs a kid? Or a spouse? Or a mortgage anyway. Everything is doomsday. Everything's unfair. You cry again as your lipstick sticks to that one piece of hair. All your friends seem to have their lives together more than you. You can't relate to your best friends in the way that you used to. People change, as you always knew they would, but you don't like it, and it hurts more than you thought it could. Another thing you can't do in adulthood is eat what you want. These days, I put on weight for so much as looking at a croissant. I'm so sorry. I used to laugh because I just don't get hangovers when others did. Karma really is cruel, I whisper, as I'm enveloped by my shame, a migraine, and drool. Nobody likes you when you're 23. I, for instance, spend the majority of my time playing people that are certainly not the same age as me. You bite the skin around your fingers due to crippling anxiety, but you don't bite your nails anymore, which is something surely. People are constantly asking me, "What are you doing with your time?" And on most occasions, acting or working on my craft just doesn't make the grade. You have to pretend like you know how to get out of bed, take a shower and go to your grown-up job, acting like you're not getting massively played by the devil that is life.
You don't know who you are. You don't know how you got here. Now you're thanking God for the 10 p.m. curfew so you can go to bed. But it was only a few years ago that you were in the lead mill at 18 sticking to the floor and drinking Red Stripe beer.
Your last academic year feels like yesterday, but also a lifetime ago. You've been the big fish in year 11, college and third year, and now you're the small fry again. Not having the safety net of education behind you gives you an indescribable chest pain. It's no longer there to cushion your death drop falls, and you reminisce about times you'd wander the halls of your secondary school with not a care in the world, except maybe your food tech ingredients for tomorrow. Nobody likes you when you're 23! It's also the age of confused fashion. You sometimes dress like your grandma. No, not the one who wears jeans. And sometimes like a 16-year-old emo/scene kid, devoid of compassion.
You get palpitations just thinking about council tax. Constantly on the brink of a coffee or tea relapse. And your favourite pastime is ridiculously long verging on full night's sleep but in the day naps. When you're not asleep, you're so tired you don't know what day it is.
You have to make doctor's appointments yourself. And you definitely didn't hold your mum's hand the first time you rang the doctor. Your mum used to ring you constantly and occasionally you picked up and mocked her. But now roles are reversed and only her voice is enough to assure you. You want to be independent and have your own space, but you obviously still want to cuddle up between your parents before you go to bed. Pushed up face to face. Childish mistakes are not a thing of the past, but you're old enough to drink in America. Plus you're about as settled as a rabbit on caffeine. You want to travel, but you barely have money for the bus, but that doesn't stop you from wanting to get a taxi everywhere. It's an awkward in-between.
Nobody likes you when you're 23.
Back pain detains me. Back pain is beastly. Back pain won't let me free. Back pain got me screaming like a banshee. No amount of Netflix can soothe me. Nobody likes you when you're 23. You don't want to be 23. But you definitely don't want to be any older. Hence, you're stuck. However, the more you fall, the more you can pick yourself up. So what if you have bloody knees? Slap a Frozen or Hello Kitty plaster on them and rock that look.